This is my work shirt. I work at Scooter's Coffee and I also work at B&G Milky Way. This is just for a little preference for the people who aren't Joel. That's why I didn't say hello Joel yet. Speaking of which, hi Joel. Today I want to talk to you about certain things about work. This morning, which is Sunday, so yesterday, I sent you a Snapchat of what's on my wall. So I have my Scooter's work right here and I have my B&G work right here. I have an entire closet full of clothes, but my B&G and Scooter's shirts are on the wall ready to go. Okay, so there's a big reason for that. Part of my beauty of disorganization is that this place is a mess, but it's wildly functional. So that's all of my excuses, that's all the backstories. Now I want to talk about what I'm going to talk about in this video, which is the closest you can get to being a robot or being dehumanized in public is working. I have a lot of different examples of this, so I'm gonna back this up because I'm not saying that working is awful. In fact, working can be super fun. Today I worked an open to 12 shift at Scooters, and it was so much fun. I made a lot of friends. There's got to be a different word, but I'm gonna talk about a couple of things that how dehumanizing working at a place can be. I have a couple of work stories, and that's gonna be another video, I'm sure. But this video is gonna be about work stories. In relation to when have people forgot that I was human. Now both of these places have drive-thrus, but for some reason B&G Milky Way, there's a lot more rude customers who don't really... There's a lot more rude customers. For starters, I work on a drive-thru on both of these jobs, but when I'm at B&G, if I take an order, if somebody pulls up to the drive-thru menu, you'll hear a beep in your headset, and that beep will just continue to go until somebody else responds. So I'll hit the button and I'll say, "Hi, welcome to B&G Milky Way, what can we get for you today?" And that sentence right there has become so stock for me that I'm hardly even comprehending what I say. And clearly that goes to other people. This is what it comes to dehumanizing. People will hear that and say nothing. If you go to a Taco Bell drive-thru, "Hi, welcome to Taco Bell, what can we get for you today?" Do you say anything? If you have no idea what you're gonna order, you're just looking at the menu, do you just hear that and say nothing? Because every time I go to a thing, like they're like, "Hi, welcome to Wendy's, what can we get for you today?" I will very quickly respond with, "Hi, thank you, I'm just gonna be a minute though," because that's a person there. Perhaps the reason people dehumanize me at B&G Milky Way more often is because it's a lot of old people, and Scooters is a lot more young people who probably also have customer service related jobs. Now I wanted to also stress the fact that people will forget that you're even saying things to them. They will just hear your voice as a confirmation, as if we are robots and they are the people. Instead of this thing where both of us are people and have to be interacted with. I'm sorry, this stuff kind of just keeps me up at night, like the thought of people not even thinking of me as human. There was something at B&G earlier where me and some friends played a game where we would welcome people to B&G but didn't say B&G. Like we said, "Hey, welcome to Dairy Queen, what can we get for you today?" And then people, when we did this, people responded but didn't comment on the Dairy Queen. They just said, "Yeah, I'll just have this thing." So it'll work like this. The drive-thru person will say blank. It doesn't matter what's here, it could be literally, and they say their thing. They say their thing right here. The drive-thru person will respond to this, usually with a question, because it's gonna be something like, "Anything else for you today?" Would you like whipped cream or sprinkles on that? "Any extra shots of espresso for you today?" "Is that gonna be hot, iced, or blended?" "What size for that today?" Or any other variation of that kind of stuff. I mean, it's really like, it's just some question, and they barely listen to that, then they'll respond with yes or no, and that kind of repeats over and over until you hear, "Is there anything else I can get for you today?" Which is just another stock sentence that it could be literally anything. If they say no, we'll say some sentence that means, "Get out of my drive-thru and come to the window." I don't think it should be that specific. I think drive-thrus should be, you should listen to what they're saying and they should talk to you. I went to B&G and I said to my coworkers when I saw a car pulling up, I said I'm not even gonna ask them what they want today. I heard a beep and I said, "Hi, welcome to B&G, how's your day today?" And they responded with, "Good, how's yours?" And I said, "Mine's great, thank you." And then proceeded with the ordering. And I think that if we did that more, people would think that we're humans. Or rather, there's this weird thing. B&G Milky Way doesn't have this. Scooters has this. It's a coffee shop, so of course, when we get to the drive-thru, we will take their money, but while we're taking their money, I'm gonna ask you, "Where are you headed to today?" Or ask him like, what's your shirt?" Or, "I very much like your dog." I very much love seeing dogs in drive-thrus. And because we ask people how their day is, or like we specifically find out what they like. The thing is, Joel, I know you don't work at a drive-thru place, but I know you've worked at 10 Below, so you can sort of agree with me in this sense. It's just such a difficult time. It keeps me up at night making... This is what scares me. I wonder how many times someone has seen me over and over at B&G or at Scooters because they're right next to each other, but they have no idea who I am because they never look at my face and take their coffee or ice cream and go. Would that not scare you to death? I do have a lot of really funny and awesome work stories, or like stories of horrible customers, but that'll be for another date because I have a video planned for that. So Joel, I'll see you on Wednesday.